Hey everyone, I just wanted to hop in for a second and explain a little bit about what happened during weeks 2 and 3. So basically, because Ranger's very skittish, it's been taking obviously a long time to work with him and train him to do all the things that he needs to do. So every little process takes a long time, takes several days. So it took me several days just to be able to touch his face, like his cheeks side and his neck. That took about 4 days just to get up to there, and then sort of I was able to do the rest of his body. And so same with haltering, it's taking a long time. So basically weeks 2 and 3, the weather was not great, so that was part of it. But also he was getting agitated when I just tried to do the same thing. So after day 2, I got him to touch my hand. And then I walked in day 3, day 4, same thing. And for the next 5 days, there was absolutely no progress. He wouldn't let me do anything else besides just touch my hand. And a little bit of his nose. I didn't get all the way up his face or anything like that. So I just kind of gave him a little bit of a break, and I didn't put so much pressure on to do new things every day. I just kind of worked on establishing trust and little things like getting him to eat hay out of my hand and eating from a hay net and not running away when I bring the water bucket over to refill, just stuff like that, not putting pressure on. And then basically by the end of week 3, he was way more comfortable, and I just went up to, start touching his neck and his body, and he was way more comfortable with me doing it. I didn't have to chase him around or anything like that. So I've sort of been taking that approach going forwards, just little bits, and you'll see in the next video about the Liberty work that we've been doing. But for this video, I'll show you just the little clips from weeks 2 and 3. Enjoy.
All right, so this was about 5 days after day 2. So at the end of week 1, we're still feeding him on the ground. This is just me coming up, and I'm holding the cat, one of our barn cats. She just wants to be with me all the time. So you can see he's not sure about us being there. He's a little uncomfortable, but he wants to investigate the cat, which is why I brought her over. I thought he would make him a little more interesting. Me not so scary if he saw me with another animal. So he's okay, and you can see he's eating calmly with us just within a few feet of him. So that was progress after so many days. And here, I believe, was one of the first times I tried to get him to eat hay out of my hand. So I've just picked up a clump, I'm backing up towards him, keeping my body neutral. He looks at it and walks away. He's not comfortable with being so close to me. So I'm not chasing him, I just casually follow him around. I've still got the hay, seeing if he wants to eat it. Nope. So I get him to face up, and he still doesn't want to stand still, so I'm still going after. Once he faces, I pause, and then I walk forward slowly as if I'm just going to have him touch my hand, and then I have the hay, and he takes the hay from me. So then I walk away and give him a big break because that was a new step for us. So this was a big step for him here. I walk over to the hay and I just hold it out, and he actually takes steps towards me, and that is a huge progress as well, him willingly coming towards me. So I give him a big break, walk way far away, making sure he knows that that's what I wanted. This shows how spooky he is. I literally raised my hand just to look up in the tree and he took off. This was the end of that day's session. Of course, I've cut out a lot of repetitive activity, but I'm walking away to reward him for being curious. And now here we are 5 days later or so. He is eating it? No, he's not eating out of the hay net yet. So I'm dropping it on the ground, walking in. So of course he walks away. But the second time he doesn't walk nearly as far away. So each little thing he gets better, he gets more comfortable. And for some reason this day I didn't have much time, so I decided to do some quote-unquote desensitization. So I'm just waving my arms around, being silly. And then I keep going if he moves away until he stops. And then when he stops, I stop. You can see how far away I am from him right now. I'm half the pen away, so that's a good 20 plus feet. And he'll eat hay out of my hand if I'm not being crazy, but waving my arms around, he's like, I don't know what she's doing. He's pretty unsure. And that's his unconfidence coming back in. And here we are about 5 more days later, or a week, sometime similar. So this is about the end of week 3. He is eating out of a hay net now, and so I reach over and I can touch his nose. You can see him raising up his face there is like, I'm not sure, I'm uncomfortable. But we've moved on to rewards. So yeah, see he flinches there when I just do the same motion that he was fine with 2 seconds earlier. But we've moved on to rewards, so me feeding him, and of course the cat is climbing on me, me feeding him hay or treats in reward for him letting me touch him or whatever, and I'm always saying good boy or a marker like that. So he's let me touch his nose. I think that was a treat I just gave him there. He took to those pretty fast, but still he likes both hay and treats about equally. And you'll see again in the next video how we distinguish between that. There I go, so I can finally touch his cheeks. Touched it for 2 seconds and he flinched away, and so here I am back again. It's just him getting comfortable. It's a lot of repetition and a lot of patience. You gotta do the same thing over and over and over again until they're not even really thinking about what you're doing. So I've sped up, and of course I've cut a lot out of this again today. I also wanted to mention that I don't have any footage of me taking off his neck tag, the one that has his number on it, that's put on by the BLM, because I guess he just decided to get rid of himself. Sometime over these past 2 weeks, it came off, and I'm not sure which day, but this was the day that I noticed it was gone. And so I don't have that magical moment to capture, but it's somewhere in the mud. And that's it for today. If you like the video, like it, and we'll see you in the next one.